Hey there. So I ended up having more technical difficulties, and so I lost my playthrough of week 5, which just started out. We're on the first turn, but let me get you caught up. First of all, we went through some errata. The first errata was that only infantry gets the free moves at the beginning of a turn. The rules are still actually quite ambiguous on this, but I made a decision that it applies only to infantry, and it's because the way the rules work for the enemy, it needs to be the same as the way it works for us. Um, so just to be clear, you start on the back row, but the rules say that anti-tanks get to move forward. So I've been moving my anti-tanks forward, but the rules don't say that it has to be just infantry only. But for the enemy, it does. So we're just assuming it needs to be consistent. And that was from a suggested user. Another one was that I incorrectly crossed out experience points for one of my Panzer or Panther commanders and gave those experience points to my recon guy. I corrected that. Coach, however you pronounce his name, he, the uh, the guy right here underneath Albrecht, um, he ended up getting 4 experience points back. As you may notice, my green screen camera is shut off for now. I actually caused this thing to crash and it lost my video, and the green screen camera was also coming in extremely fuzzy, which was causing the video quality to be crap. Another thing, and I put it in the week 3 video, it's a pinned comment. I'm not going to create a an errata video for it, but when units retreat off the map on our side, they're fine. And so a big mistake I made is I assumed that when the enemy units retreat, they're fine. Actually, when the enemy units retreat, they're automatically destroyed, or they're considered destroyed for purposes of destroying the battalion. So that particular week, when I thought we lost the campaign, we actually won the campaign. So no worries there. Next thing is we had oh, my apologies. Let's see. There was one other thing that I thought was in the errata, but it'll come to me, and I'll fix it later if I remember it. Oh, the next thing was the SO points. We had some extra left over, and so I upgraded my machine gun nest to the advanced machine guns, and so they give me a tactic. And one of the viewers pointed that out to me, and I was like, holy crap, that's awesome. So I was able to afford to do the upgrade and get the machine gun nests upgraded. Now, what we did was we were actually setting up for the battle. And so here's the units as they play out. And I was in the middle of explaining like what I was going to do. And of course, we failed, or the video crashed. The actual event is I took the 3 SO points, or we could have promoted a commander. I could have replaced a commander with somebody who was higher level. So I could actually just go get a legendary commander right now. But I didn't want to do that. I actually took the 3 SO points because we're actually very, very low. And then the other thing is that we're going after the base, which is a nightmare. Look at all those units that are in the battle. So our entire Team A and Team B are on the field. And so I'm just getting ready to do the event card. And it says you may gain 3 SO points. You may pay 3 SO points to gain a victory point, and I'm not going to do that. So what we were talking about before the camera crashed, first of all, this is our infantry. I move forward because that's a light cover. This bunker is destroyed because I played an event card that lets me destroy one enemy unit. I actually started the game with 2 bunkers, and I'm not happy about that. We have a rifle squad, and then these are 2 rifle squads. This is an MG squad, an AT, and another MG. Going in the back, we have an armored car, a truck, an AT gun, a half track, and a mortar, and then a tank, a truck, a building, and an AT. Two more tanks, another building, a truck, and a rifle squad. This rifle squad did not advance twice because the bog stopped him. The mortar, the tank, armored car, two more tanks, an AT gun, and a half track. One thing I was pointing out before the crash was that this line here is where anybody who's here that can shoot 3 spaces can shoot to here. So this guy is in a line of fire, so some of the units probably won't advance more than 1 space. The rifle units move forward, and what I was thinking I was going to do is I have a lot of tactic points. Both of my machine gun squads have a tactic point. One of them actually has 2 tactic points. My recon has a tactic point, and then he has 4 command tactics, which means we can give tactic points to anybody else that we want. And also, my artillery has 2. Now, what you saw me do when I moved the units back is I have 2 units that are fast. And so one of the things I was doing was as I moved forward with a Panther and my recon, which would be this one and this one, and then I had destroyed a rifle unit. That's what I did during their fast attack. Now, I was contemplating staying back and doing nothing, but this is a real tough choice. So I have all these tactics, so I can make my entire squad go fast right now. But what I think I want to do is wait for them to come towards me, and then we go during the slow phase, and then we go on turn 5, we'll go again during the fast phase, so we'll get to do a double punch, right, before they get to go. And by moving forward like this, I think I may have screwed up my chances, because these tanks aren't going to move forward and get in the range of my 88 if I do what I just did. But then again, these tanks are 1, 2, 3 away from this unit. So the smart thing that I was contemplating is that maybe I should have just kept everybody back and forced them to advance towards me, at least in this early stage. And that's what I'm debating. And I know there's a little bit of retcon because I actually did play out a turn, or at least played out 2 units. However, if I'm going to retcon it, I'm going to do it now. And technically, I was supposed to place my units before they did, so I'm not going to retcon this. We're just going to play it out, but I don't like it. Let's just put it that way. So yes, I mean, I have artillery, I have all this stuff, so maybe I should. And this bunker is going to be able to shoot at us too, which is another reason I don't like what I did. You know what? I made the decision. I just don't think it was a good one. Oh, and look at this. It says place in the top 2 rows. So these don't go here. Oh, crap. All right. A lot of things are changing. I'm going to pause and fix this. Okay, so this is the way it was supposed to be. When you draw the bunkers, they're supposed to be in the back row. It says this right here. So the thing that, again, because of the video that got chopped off, these 2 rifle units started here. Now, granted, that was on the bog, right? And then what I did was I moved them through this twice because they get 2 advances on their turn. Well, now they go into the bog, and then you roll a die, and they got stuck, or they stopped acting. Is really what happened. They didn't get stuck. They stopped acting because they didn't roll greater than an 8. So the fact that I moved these guys forward to destroy an infantry here no longer applies. So I'm sort of going to get what I wanted out of this deal. So let's Let's remove these back, and we go during the fast phase, and I think I'm just going to sit tight. I'm not going to do anything. This particular unit is, like I said, he's going to draw a lot of fire. Now, what I could do is use a command tactic and actually pull him back. Because my mistake is before we place these units, I put him up here. And, I only have 4, but I think it might be worthwhile. So I'm going to use a command tactic to actually move this guy back during the fast phase. I know that seems crappy, and it is crappy, but otherwise he's just going to take a pounding from all the mortar and tanks that are back here. So I'm forcing them to have to come to me. Okay, and so then we're going to go ahead and roll, and this is for the, are they using a 6-sided die or a 10-sided? And so with the 5, they use the 10-sided die. So I'm going to let them go first. And like I said, 2 units went during the fast phase. They just passed and did nothing. So we roll for them, and they rolled a 4. So we got advance to cover for tanks, anti-tanks, and armored car. We have adjacent cover for rifle, half-tracks, and MGs. And then trucks, mortars, anti-tank guns are going to hold. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to start closest to us and move backwards. So for example, the rifle unit would move to adjacent cover, which actually does move him to here, because that is cover for him. And he will attack us, and we'll figure that out. He's probably going to attack our artillery. These ones don't move at all, because they're in the bog and there's no adjacent cover for them to move to. So then we move back. The truck holds, both of these trucks. These are 2 tanks, and they're going to advance to cover. There is no cover, so they're not advancing. And I'm just doing a real quick look at everything. Nobody's advancing. So this might actually be a bit of a stalemate for a while. So this unit is going to attack, I believe, our artillery. So he gets a, he attacks with a 4. And there's 2 hits against our artillery, but look at that, a 1 and a 2. The problem is our artillery only defends with a 1. So we blocked 1, but we do take a hit with the other. And the thing I drew was an immobile. So that's not going to hurt us at all. And now we go to the slow phase. And this didn't work as planned. I was hoping that they would advance. They need to roll better than a 5, or better than the 4 actually. A 5 or higher would have caused a lot of them to advance. So the problem is there's so many of them. I just don't think we can reasonably advance on them and hope to win. But lots of things going on. We have 2 machine gun nests, so I'm going to go ahead and roll with the first one, attack them. We hit with a 1. They actually block both of them there, so I got to roll with the other one. And there we go. We destroyed their rifle unit, no problem. My 88 can shoot 3 spaces away, so we actually have several targets we can go after with him. So we're going to try to hit the MG guy here. The 88 hits soft targets with a 5. He gets a +3 with his commander that brings him down to a 2. But then he gets a -2 because of how far away it is, so he hits with a 4. And there's 2 hits right there, and the MG unit is destroyed from the 88. So we're going to just pick off who we can. And then I have an artillery unit. I'm going to go after their anti-tank squad up here. Same deal. The artillery unit, it's immobile, but it doesn't stop it from attacking. In fact, I'm going to throw that right back in the bucket. And we hit with a 6. And it's the same deal, -2 to our attack, but I get a +3. So we actually hit with a 5. And there's 2 hits right there. So anti-tank destroyed. We got 2 units down. I have 2 Panther units here. One of them is really good at 0 range attack, but like I said, we're trying to lure them towards us at first here, and then we'll strike. So unfortunately, I was hoping that would have happened by now, but we're going to shoot with, like, this is an anti-tank. He can shoot 3 spaces away. He hits with a 7, and so that's reduced to a 6 from the commander. All 3 of these are the same. There's 2 9s, so we hit one of the rifle. Got him. And now we're going to shoot with a panther. He hits with a 6, and the commander just cancels the bonus. Those are misses. And then the other panther we have hits with a 6, yeah, and gets no bonus. So now he's hitting with an 8, and we missed. So both panthers missed from 3 away, and then our recon I don't think can shoot 3 away. Nope. So so that brings us to the end of turn 6. So now we go to turn 5. I'm really glad that I missed with the second panther, because he actually couldn't attack anyways. He goes fast, not slow. So my fast panther, unfortunately, we're going to wait again. So we're going to wait with him. We're going to wait with the recon. I need them to move towards us. So let's see if we can roll better than a 5. And there it is. There's the 5 we were looking for. And so right here it says advance if cannot attack, and then advance to cover, and then cautious advance. So cautious advance is advance if only by doing so it cannot be attacked. So again, the rifle units, advance to cover, don't move. These guys stay. This building always stays. The 2 trucks will advance if they cannot be attacked. Well, they would be able to be attacked if they advance, so they're not advancing. These 2 tanks are advancing. They're going to there. And the anti-tank squad, nope. This tank, yes. This truck, no. The building, no. The mortar, he would be able to be attacked if he advances, so no. The half-track, yes. No, the half-track does not. The anti-tank gun does not. The truck does not. The armored car does. So he moves forward. Then going back here, the MG cannot advance to cover. The mortar will advance because he's not in range of anything, so he's going to advance to there. And then the tank will advance. Armored car advances, and both of these tanks advance. And then this is a anti-tank gun. He will advance, and the half-track will advance. So that's the new landscape. This is what we wanted. We wanted them to move a little bit closer, but gosh darn it, it's still a slaughter fest. Just taking out a few of them one at a time is helpful. Now, their tanks are going to shoot from 3 away. 1, 2, they can hit any of us. So they have 3 tanks that are in range, and we are going to have to absorb some attacks here, but let's see what we can do. Who are they going to go after? I think they're going after the artillery. Nope, they're going after my Panzer II, because the Panzer II has a defense of 1, and that's the lowest defense of everybody. I do have an anti-tank gun they could go after, but I'm going to have them shoot the Panzer II, because why not? The Panzer II is beat to beyond hell and back, and so we might as well let it take some more beating. So first tank, 3 and a 1. What do they need to hit? Normally it's a 2, but they get a -2 because they're shooting 3 spaces away, so that becomes a 4. So they need a 4 to hit, and they advance, so they need a 5 to hit. And you can see both of those are misses. So we go to the next tank. This one hits with both, and we defend with nothing. So draw 2 for the Panzer II. And I have an MG hit and a suspension hit. And that suspension hit destroys the Panzer II. So the Panzer II is destroyed. We've gotten so lucky, folks, with not drawing bad tiles. And then, of course, I draw it the first. So this guy is destroyed. It's technically out of the game, so I don't want to put it back in my pile. The commander's fine. he's still going to gain experience points. He's actually a legendary. The commander is still fine. We just got to buy him new equipment or we lose him. Okay, so then the third tank still gets to hit something. So now he's going to shoot our anti-tank gun. And there's 2 hits, and we block nothing. So our anti-tank gun, this is a bit of a problem because we don't want our anti-tank gun to take some damage. And so we got an exposed, and we got an MG. MG is good because that means he just can't attack at range 0. And the anti-tank gun, we don't need range 0 hits. So we survived. We lured 3 of their tanks forward, and that's sort of what I wanted. Not to say that they can't do a whole bunch of damage to us in any other way or capacity, but we basically we need to do something, right? So we're on the slow phase, and during the slow phase, I'm moving my MG nest forward because I want to start hitting things with it. That's the first issue. The Panzer II, this guy is destroyed, so I'm going to take him off the board. I'm going to move my infantry forward again, right? He was the one I moved backwards, but now we'll move him forward. And they can't hit anybody, none of them. They're just moving forward so they can be forward. So I'm going to start here with the 88, and we're going to shoot a tank. And the 88 hits that tank with a 4, and his commander, minus the -2 penalty, is going to add a +1. So we hit with a 3 against the tank with our 88. This tank better say goodbye. Yeah, we barely hit it though. He defends with a 3 and he rolled a 4. He almost blocked it. But we got him. We got him. So 1 tank down, and that's really good. He has 6 tanks in this game. So if we can get these 3, that's really good. Now my other anti-tank vehicle, he hits with a 5, and he gets a +3. So he's going to hit with a 4 because of the -2 penalty. And oh my gosh, that's a miss. That is an awful, awful roll. And I was really hoping to take out another tank. So now I got 2 Panthers. So I'm going to move this Panther forward 1. That's all he can do. He gets a -1, and then he gets a +2 at range, which will cancel this. So he's going to get a -1. He hits with a 4, which becomes a 5. And I rolled 2 3s, so we missed again. Jesus criminy. And then my other Panther has overdrive, so I'm going to go 1 2 with him. I do take 1 stress, and he's fine. Okay, so I'm going to shoot at range. I get no bonus. He actually gets a -1, so he hits with a 5. And there we go. We rolled some 6s. Another tank is down. Okay. So that's our situation. And then I have, this tank moves during the fast phase, not the slow phase. So we're technically starting turn 4 by doing what I just did. That's the start of turn 4. Okay, so I have a recon that can move forward at the start of turn 4, so I will do that. He doesn't get to do anything else. My recon is going to give out a candy, one of these, and we're going to give it to the 88. So we're going to let the 88 shoot at that last tank. It should be a pretty easy job, and it is. So this tank is destroyed by the 88. And that was during the fast step. So the 88 will theoretically be able to attack again during the slow step. My artillery that's here, I forgot to attack with that during the slow step, didn't I? Yes, I did. So I'm going to shoot at the rifle for the slow step, and then we're going to go again during the fast step. So that is a 6. His commander lets him hit with a 5. So yes, we did take out an rifleman. And now I'm going to use one of my candy to go again during the fast step. And we're going to shoot at this rifleman. And there's a 9, blocked by this 3. but the 5 is not blocked by the 10. So another rifleman down, and we're in good shape. So I got more candy I can do. I can send a candy to an anti-tank unit, which I will. So this anti-tank here is going to advance 1 and then shoot. Can he gets a -2 to his attack, but we're going to shoot at the armored car. And so a -2 puts him up to a 7 to hit. And his commander erases and actually gives him a bonus. So he hits the armored car. Armored car is destroyed. And I probably should just pile them up because there's going to be a lot of them, isn't there? So this seems great, but there's this big wall of destruction up here that is going to cause us lots and lots of problems. And then my artillery can only get to here. As you can see, this is where my artillery range is, and they're outside of my artillery range. And we're in a bit of a pickle. So as far as fast units go, that is everybody. Now I could spend candy to move up, and I'm contemplating doing that. That's the problem with this game. You actually do better if you just stay back and play defense, but it's really hard when they have a bunch of range 3 stuff. So I'm going to spend 2 more candy, each of my MG nests, and we're going to move them forward because we got to get into the game with them. My rifleman unit already spent one of the special candies, so I'm not going to do that. I could spend a candy to activate my other Panther. I'm going to do that. I'm going to use my last command tactic. So I've used all 4 of my special commands already. This Panther is moving forward, and we're going to take out something else. We got to take out another tank. There's a tank right here that looks good, and so we're going to go after him. And I don't think that's going to hit. My Panther hits with a 4. So this is a 4, but I get a -1 because I move forward. So that becomes a miss. But my commander gives me a +2. And this is only a -1 because it's a range 2. I actually still hit this guy, and I get him. Tank is down. That is awesome. So we got 4 of their 6 tanks down. And we move forward with a bunch of our tanks. This was the fast phase, by the way, folks, not the slow phase. I spent a lot of candy to be able to go during this fast phase like I just did. And now it is their turn. We're going to take some hits. But I think we did the best we could to make a dent. And this is worth 8 victory points, by the way. Oh, I guess it behooves us to check their count. They are at half strength with a 29. So 5, 6, 7. This is worth 5. That's 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 23, 25. I'm going to say 29, but this is actually not 5. That's a 4. So I'm going to say 28, 29, 30. I'm over. So no worries. They're not half strength yet. So they rolled an 8. So the 8 for them, if it's a tank, anti-tank, or armored car, they're going to advance if they cannot attack. They're going to do an AG advance for the rifle and half track and MG. And then they're going to advance to cover if it's anything else. So starting here, building can't advance. The truck will not advance. This MG is for sure advancing to here. This tank is not advancing. This truck is not advancing. I'm sorry, that's a tank. The armored car, no. The mortar, no. This anti-tank, yes. He's advancing to here. The truck, no, no. The half track, yes. This half track is also a yes. The mortar's a no. The truck's a no. Anti-tank gun's a no. All right, we got a crap ton of attacks coming our way. And these guys all moved. So we got to factor that in whenever they do their roll. But everybody else stayed still. So the buildings have a range of 2. So this guy is a no attack. This is a no attack. And that's a no attack. So let's just pile up the no attacks. This guy's dead. I'm just going to push him to the back. Doesn't matter where he died. Those guys are all attacking. These are trucks. That's not attacking. This building is attacking. And this truck is not attacking. Those ones are. Okay, let's start with the ones up close. These half tracks have a range of 2. No, a range of 1. So they only hit soft targets. And we happen to have one. So looking at these 2 guys, they have a defense of 3. So we're going to go ahead and attack with the half track. The half track gets a -2 to his roll. So this becomes a 2. He needs a 5 to hit. This becomes a 5. He got a -2 for advancing. Yeah, so that hits. But you can see here, that's a nice juicy 1. And we block it. So that half track's done. Now we go to these guys. We're going to do the other half track, same attack. And those are both misses, so no worries there. This anti-tank unit, though, is going to be a problem. He's going after our Panther. Which one, though? They're both the same. So we're going to go after Panther 601. And he hits with a 2, folks. But he did advance forward, so he gets a -1 to his roll. So he hits with a 3. That's a miss, but that one's a hit. And the 8 is definitely going to let it go through. So we do get the hit, and we drew a very nice no effect. So that was good. But we're going to get attacked 100 more times here. So this is done, and these 2 are done. This is done. So let's just start over on this end and go that way. Let's start with the mortar. That one is a soft attack, and he can hit 3 spaces away. His best shot is going to be one of these MG nests, so we're going to go ahead and shoot at them. All right, so he hits with a 4, but he gets a -1 penalty because he's shooting 2 away. So he would need a 5 to hit, and that's all he needed to get 2 hits. And we don't block anything. That was a 5 and a 9. So 2 hits on one of our guys. So I got an immobile and a suppressed. And that is on 1004. So we got an immobile and a suppressed. The immobile is not so bad. The suppressed is going to cause us to gain a stress if we want to attack. And we do want to attack. Although I may not need to because there's only 1 unit that they can hit that's in range. All right, mortar's done. And next we go to the armored car. Same deal. He's going to attack the other guy, though, this time. And this 2 is for sure a miss. The 8, I think, is a hit. Yes, it is. All right, the machine gun is exposed. 1006. Okay, now we got 2 tanks. They're going to attack our Panthers here. And I'm going to still try to go after 601 first. All right, that's 2 4s. But you can see here we rolled 2 3s. And our defense is 3, folks, so we completely blocked the first tank. So now we got the next tank, which is the last of the tanks, last of the Mohicans. So let's see if we can survive this. That's a miss. That's a hit, but this is a block. So look at that. We actually rolled 2 blocks. So screw you. We got him. Okay, so that brings us to the end of this. So now we go here. The truck is done. The building, it attacks with a 5 and a 5. We can choose a whole bunch of targets, the Panthers or the machine gun nest. I'm going to choose the machine gun nest. And so the 9 hits and we don't block. So machine gun nest is taking a hit. And I drew an immobile. I will take that. That's not a bad deal. He actually has 2 of them now. I gave that to the 1004, which is this one. Okay, next we move over truck. Nothing. Oh, I'm sorry. Anti-tank gun is shooting at our Panther. Same one. He rolls with a 3. He gets a -1 because it's a range of 2. So he hits with a 4. He rolled 2 2s, so that's a miss. We got really lucky on that one. So now we go to the next one over, and there's another anti-tank gun. Same deal. We didn't get as lucky on this one. He hit twice, and we didn't block any of them. So this could be catastrophic. And I got 1 stress and a glancing. I will take that. All right, so last but not least is the mortar, and we're going to attack the 1006 machine gun. The mortar misses with the 2, but the 1 blocks, so we block everything. All told, I'm very happy with that outcome. So now we go to the slow phase, and I got to be careful because not everybody goes fast. I know that sounds very deep, but they were all slow in the previous weeks, and I keep forgetting that some of them don't go during this step, and I no longer have the candy to help. All right, so first thing, let's get our guys in the back. I can either move forward with them, which will help them, but right now the guys in the back could actually take some stuff down. So, for example, my 88 can go after these half tracks. If I move forward, I don't get to attack with the 88, not until the end of next turn. And so I'm going to go ahead and shoot a half track. So let's do that. And the 6 for sure hits, and we destroy the half track. That was actually quite easy. So 88's done, and then I have an artillery, and I'm actually going to move the artillery forward. I'm not going to attack with that one because I have faith that my machine gun nests are going to hit this anti-tank, and I'm going to use the machine gun nest that's not suppressed. So we're going to roll, and those are massive hits, and yes, the anti-tank unit is destroyed. And then the other one is going to get rid of his suppression marker without attacking, so we don't have to gain a stress. All right, so we still have a half track here. I have an anti-tank that can shoot 3 spaces away. Back here, this is ATG. So I am going to, well, with the infantry is going to move forward. And I don't get to shoot at armored targets with my infantry, so it's just going to move forward, and that's it. Like I said, the 88 is out of range now, so I may have to move him forward next turn. But he did his job. And this ATG right here, I'm going to shoot at one of these tanks up here. It's 3 spaces away, but I get a +1 after the factoring in the commander, so I hit with a 4. So I'm really good. Yeah, there's an 8, but they block with that 2. So they blocked my ATG. Not happy about that. That actually hurts. Okay, so what I'm going to do then is I'm going to spend a tactic on my recon unit and move my recon unit forward. He gets a -1 to his attack roll, and we're going to try to hit that half track with the recon. And so you can see here I got a 9, which is, I needed a 6 to hit. The commander canceled the -1. So the half track's destroyed, so that was well done. And then only one of the Panthers actually goes during the slow step, and it's this one. And I'm not going to move with him, and I'm going to shoot at one of those tanks. So let's see what I get. I got a 9, which is more than enough without having to do any of our math to factor in a hit. So we got one of the tanks. All right, so now we go to 3 turns. to go, and now we get to go with our fast units. One of the fast units is the recon, and so I want to keep attacking. I want to attack actually quite hard here. So my recon is going to move forward one space, and he hits soft targets better than, and so I'm going to shoot at the mortar that's right here, and he hits with a 6. The commander, all the commander does is negate the, and there's a 10 right there. That's good as gold. And I could have probably taken out the anti-tank gun, but the mortar is what I said, so he's done. All right, and then I have a commander who's going to take a stress. I'm going to use his overdrive. I'm going to move 2 spaces, and I'm going to go right here, and I'm going to shoot at range 0 at their tank. Am I going to do that? That does put me in a harm's way of a lot of stuff. You know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to go here and take out their anti-tank gun, which is just as much of a threat. And there's your 7. The anti-tank gun only defends with a 2, so anti-tank gun is destroyed. So that was effective at taking out a unit that is powerful, but it doesn't put me in, where I'm going to get shot at by everything here. And remember, this bunker also shoots as well. So that's the issue. Okay, so during the fast phase, I do have my artillery is able to shoot. And I am going to do that. I'm going to use a tactic and shoot with my artillery who's here. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to shoot at the mortar that's up here. And so there's a 10. That's a wonderful roll. The mortar is toast. Doesn't have to do any math. When you roll 10 with these units, you're hitting. Okay. Next one, my machine gun nest actually has a fast tactic still, but he's exposed. So that's a bit of an issue. And that's 1006. I am going to use it, and I'm going to use it to move forward to here, which keeps me away from the MG nest. But I can go after these trucks now. And yeah, I do have a bit of a threat. They're probably going to shoot at him a bit, but we're going to take our chances and move forward because we're down to just 3 turns. And we got to make a dent in them. Okay, so let's count them up. There's at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 18, 21. They need 29 to be at half strength. So we got them down to half strength. Technically, this bunker adds another 5, but that's still at half strength. So they're now going to get a -1 to their roll. And it is their turn, so let's roll for them. And I rolled an 8. Now I want them to roll low, and they're not. So the rifle, half tanks, and MGs are doing an HE advance. That's the only guy left. Oh, I made huge mistakes. Crap. At the beginning of every battle turn, they were supposed to add a rifle squad to the battle. Holy cow, how do I factor that in? So I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 1, 2 for 6, 5. I know there's a stack of them here. Nope, those are all tanks. Four, 3. So there's going to be a stack of 4 rifle squads that I'm going to put there. And yeah, we're going to have to deal with them. Crap. Okay, so this MG is going to shoot, because this guy's exposed, so everybody's shooting at him. Even the tank is shooting at him, so there's nothing I can do. We're going to just take hits from everything. So starting over here is the truck. He hits with an 8. Now we do get because we're exposed, he hits with a 6. So this 6 does get through. This isn't good. Oh, look at that. I'm exposed again. But that'll be next turn. The building hits with a 5, which becomes a 3. That's another hit. We're immobile. Then the anti-tank gun. That's an interesting one. He's going to attack our Panther. No, our Recon. So he hits with the 3. Yeah, because the Recon only defends with a 1. So the Recon gets a glancing damage. Next we go to the truck. Hits with a 6. Those are 2 hits, but we block one of them. And we got a no effect. Next we have the armored car. I'm sorry, the MG here. He misses and hits. We got a casualty, which, remember, the word's deceiving. It doesn't do anything unless we draw 2 of them. So yes, now we got an armored car who will be attacking him. He gets a -1, but then a +2. We block it with that. And now we're finally at the end, and the tank is going to attack our Recon. And there's a 2, which is a miss, but the 3 is a hit. Recon takes the damage, and Recon is taking 1 stress, which puts him to shaken. So, yeah, he needs a lot more to be unfit, but he's definitely shaken now. And now we're on slow. The slow portion of the turn. So we should be able to mow some stuff down here. And let's start with our MG nest. I can take out their MG. So let's do that. And that was an easy peasy hit. So gone. This MG, we can hit any soft target. And remember, the building is a soft target. So I'm going to shoot at that building. It does have a defense of 4. But the 9 hits it, and we just took a building, which was a big point score for us. That was necessary. We have this Panther back here. I'm going to do something with him last. We also have an infantry. We'll wait for him. Let's try to hit with something in the rear. So we have... an artillery, and I'm going to try to take out this anti-tank with our artillery. There's the 8 we were looking for. He hits with a 6 or a 5. So artillery gone, or anti-tank gone. This is an ATG, and we're going to try to take out their last tank. And the 5 should have done it. The 5 hits. Yes, he actually would have hit with a 4. So we took out their final tank. So we're just doing a good job of getting extra hits in. My 88 has no choice but to move because nothing was in his range. And then I got 2 guys left, basically. This infantry, if I move it forward, I'm going to have to deal with this big stack of infantry here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move it forward this way, and then we're going to just try to shoot a truck. So my infantry is probably going to miss. I needed a 6. The commander gave me a 1. Moving and attacking normally gives stress, but this infantry doesn't get stress. He has aggressive. He does have close combat, but we're not in close combat. He actually misses the truck, so doesn't hit the truck at all. And then I have a Panther here, which I'm going to move forward to here, and let's attack. Let's attack the bunker. And there's our 8 that we're looking for, and we destroyed the bunker. And that bunker was worth 5 points. So we took the bunker down, and that was everything we could do. We're down to 2 turns now. They get another infantry. So they get another rifle squad added, and this time we do it properly. It gets added to the 2 space. All right, what do they got? They got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14 points. I got to get them down to 12 in order for them to be destroyed. So that's important, folks. I'm out of candy, so everybody has to go in turn now. But my Panther here, I'm going to move 1 space, and I can hit things at range 0 very easily, or I can shoot 1 space away. I'm going to shoot 1 space away. I don't get as much of a bonus, but we're going to do it anyways. I'm going to shoot after one of these infantry here, and I hit it easy peasy, so we took out another point. I probably should have taken the armored car now that I think about it, but that's okay. My recon unit, he's going to just stay where he's at, and we're going to attack this truck. My recon unit gets a -1 to his roll. That 2 and 1's not going to cut it, so we miss with the recon unit. All right, fast phase is over. Now we're rolling for them. And I rolled a 1, which is perfect, because that means they're retreating all across the board. So the building doesn't move. The truck is retreat. And I guess I can retreat him. I get to choose, so I'll retreat him this way. This truck is a retreat. It says heaviest cover, and that actually is the heaviest cover. These 3 riflemen retreat. This rifle squad retreats off the map, so it gets destroyed. The armored car will retreat. Hold on. They retreat to cover. And this truck will retreat to here, because that's cover for him, a light cover. And this truck does the same thing. So that's the situation. And now we go to slow. And assuming I can destroy, 2 points worth of stuff? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 points. I only need to destroy 1 point of stuff, and we're golden. Okay, my anti-tank gun here shoots 3 spaces away. So I could hit that building. He's not real good at buildings, but he needs a 7. And then with his commander, it becomes a 6. There's a 10. So we just annihilated 4 points there. So we've destroyed the battalion. I don't think I need to keep going because at the end of the turn, they will assess their damage and they're destroyed. So we won. We lost our Panzer II, which wasn't the end of the world. And job well done. I have some exposed markers on a machine gun nest. We did take a few damage points here and there, so we're going to have to do some repairs. But considering the quality of what we just went up against, that was really good. It's a little stressful because there's a lot of them. There's nothing you can do. I mean, you have to just, patiently pick them apart. And I think this is where, again, I think the strategy of getting a more infantry-focused army is better. I truly, I know I keep bringing it up, but I think I'm playing this wrong. I really do. I think having a strong infantry squad, a whole bunch of MG nests, infantry guys, is better. I know those tanks that can shoot from 3 spaces away helped us because we really were able to, sit back and shoot them from 3 spaces away and whittle them down, which, it would have been suicide to just approach them without doing that first. Um, I get it. I don't disagree with the. It's just that they cost so much. All right, this is gonna be the end of the week, by the way, folks. So I guess I could do this in between videos. I'll stop cleaning. Let's draw our event card for the way home. Yes, I finally didn't forget. Pay 1 SO point if there are 2 or more full-strength fixed battalions in play, and there are. So I lose an SO point. So here's my SO, and then I'm going to lose 2 more because I used large tanks, which that's another issue. We're losing an SO point every time we have a Panther in play. Okay, so the problem is I don't have my zoom in camera, so I'm going to do some writing here. We're on week 5. We went up against 9C, which was a fixed battalion, and it's destroyed. All right, we destroyed that. It's worth 8 victory points, but then the 2 bunkers gets me to 10. So I got 10 victory points for this particular week. That's double my goal. It's an amazing accomplishment. And then we get 2 victory points for winning, and then 3 more. Yeah, 3 more. So everybody across the board gets 5 experience points. And my ace, I don't need to worry about the ace guys. Or legendary, I guess, as DVG calls them now. So I don't know how well you can see it, but we got 5 victory points across the board. I think the more important thing is who got promoted, right? So we're starting with Salts here. Salts takes 1 stress because of the mission, and he needs 10 points to get to veteran. He's at 5. He's nowhere close. Ziegler needs 6 for veteran. He has 5. And then Ziegler is going to take 1 stress. All right, next we move on to Seidel. Seidel has 7. He gets to ace. So Seidel is now an ace. So let's take a look at him. He's going to get 1 more stress from the mission. So this is Seidel. He's the MG nest guy. So that range 0 thing is not quite as important, although it can be. And he's getting promoted to legendary, and so he just became fast. And so he still gets a +2 to his rolls, and he only has 1 cool. So he's going to sit on 5 stress right now. All right, let's keep going. Coach is at 9 experience. He is going to become an ace. All right, and he has 4 stress, by the way. I'm just not carrying it up to the camera. So he's sitting on 4 stress as a veteran. He's our Panther commander, and he's now going to be too cool for school, and he gets a +3 to his range attacks now. So that Panther commander's rocking it. Okay, next, Albrecht has 5. He levels up. He's stressed out beyond recognition. He gets another 1. And he's our recon commander. And he's going to move up to +2/+2, which is good. And he's going to have tactics ×2. So perfect for a recon commander. And he's a mechanic, which is also good. Okay, so he's an ace. We don't have to worry about him anymore. Bach He needs 8, and he has 5, so he's not there. Smelter is going to become an ace. And Smelter has 2 stress right now. He's going to be at 4. He is our artillery guy, so you can see he's already at +3 range, which is perfect. And he's a spotter, gets a tactic ×2, and now he gets 2 cool. Nothing else really changes, but the 2 cool means he's not going to gain any more stress, which is good. And so he's sitting at 4 stress right now. And then last but not least is Gerber. Gerber Baby Medicine. He is going to be ace. He needed 10 points. He actually had 13. So this is our 88 commander. He's already been awesome. Look at that. He gets a +3 range. He's a spotter, marksman. He already has a cool of 2. And now he just becomes fast. Everything else pretty much stays the same. He does have lower tolerance for stress, but now he shoots fast, which is even better. Okay, all but 3 guys are aces. So that's really well done. That's the way the campaign's supposed to go. And let's talk about victory points. Well, let's do some more stuff. Okay, we have to move the battalions. So I'm going to roll for the battalions here. This guy gets a -2 just because of the campaign rules. This is the one that was going to threaten to move into our range. He holds. Next one, 7 becomes a 5. He advances to the front line. Next one is a support. He advances to the front line. And then we have an assault that advances to the enemy transit. And then we have one that advances to the enemy transit. So quite a few battalions moved up. They have 5 battalions that can move. All but the one that mattered moved. So we get 8 SO points. And we get to repair. So I'm going to get rid of the exposed. I'm going to repair 2 glancings with my mechanics. And then with my medics, I'm going to reduce stress on 2 of my guys. Albrecht being one of them. And Bach being the other. Yeah, I'll reduce their stress by 2 because there's no commander damage to heal. As far as damage goes, I have a casualty on a machine gun. I'm going to remove that for 1. I'm going to remove the MG damage on my anti-tank gun for 2. So that's going to cost me 2 SO points. And I think I'm going to spend 5 for priority R&R, which leaves me with 2 left. I think we would actually be okay. I have Albrecht is not shaken because of the healing that we just did. Actually, Bach would not be shaken even if I didn't heal him, so I'm going to heal Saltz instead. Holy cow, Saltz had a lot of stress on him. So right now, Saltz is shaken. He's our infantry commander. Everybody else is sort of okay. One of our Panther commanders is at his limit because I kept using overdrive and getting stress on him. You know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to spend the 5 points. It's super expensive, but we're going to take 2 stress off of everybody. That helps get everybody underneath the shaken status. And even if they're not, it gets them away from the limit that would cause them to become shaken in the middle of battle. Because if we draw, something that causes them to get stress, that's just as bad. And let's do a victory point check. Okay, so if you look along the bottom there, I get 6 points for week 1, 5 points for week 2. That puts us to 11. And then 7 on week 3. And I'm looking here, by the way. 7 for week 3 puts us to 11 and 7. That's 18. And then 5 more. 18 and 5 is 23. And then 10 more is 33. And then as far as the evaluation goes, 33 points puts me at a good status. And I need 10 more, not even 10 more, to get to great. And I am going to be starting, that's at the end of 5 weeks. So I have 3 weeks to get less than 10 points. This is worth 3. That's worth 2. That's worth 5, but I can't get it yet. That's worth 3. That's worth 4. 3, 4, and 3. So it's always possible to lose because, you get a hit, a commander could get killed, a unit can get destroyed like the way the Panzer II did. There's things that can, you could be forced to pay SO points and not be able to afford it. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm calling it, and I'm going to claim a victory. I know I could score more victory points and see how well I do, but I don't know. Tiger Leader is not my favorite leader game, and I think that's part of the reason why I'm calling it. We're doing okay. Like I said, I think going with the cheaper units would be the better call. I truly believe that, yes, some of my skill helped, but I truly believe that, when we were taking damage earlier in the game, if I would have drawn something that said commander or wipe, what is it, mowed down is one of the things you could draw. There's only one of those chips in the whole cup. I mean, you draw that, your game's over. It's extremely swingy. I do admit that DVG at least made the event cards very friendly. Like most of them help us. I had to pay 1 SO point this last time, but most of the time they give us nice bonuses to help, compensate for the fact that the game sort of, punches you in the gut. It's a World War II game, and so you've got to be okay with the fact that you take casualties. I don't think I have a problem with that. The problem I have is that I can't afford to replace the casualties. Like, truly, I can't afford to replace a Panther if I lose my Panther unit. I can't. It's 15 points. I mean, when do I have 15 points? I'm sitting on 2. And that was because I couldn't afford the units I wanted, so I upgraded 2 things. One cost me 6, the other cost me 9. So there's your 15 points. But I would have played 5 weeks of campaign. Most of these campaigns are no more than 5 weeks long, so the campaign would already be over. Yeah, I know I'm justifying it, and maybe some of you are really enjoying this and you want to see it finished out. I promise I won't put it away. I'm done for the night, though. I guess I'm just not feeling it today. Even this was just a mess. And having to go through and have everybody attack, it's very fiddly, this particular game. I don't like it as much. And I've played Flying Fortress Leader, which can be fiddly, but I don't know, it's an enjoyable fiddly. It is fiddly to put munitions on all your planes all the time for, Thunderbolt Apache or Hornet Leader. But I don't know why, but I guess I just sort of find that to be a little bit more therapeutic. I think the largest part of it is that units, even if they do get shot down, you can replace them, and all you lose is victory points. Whereas with this, I don't even mind losing victory points if I lose a unit. It's the fact that I can't afford to replace the unit. They're so expensive. The only thing that's cheap is the infantry. Anyways, so let's say we started week 6. What would our event be? Pay 1 less SO point to attack battalions in the rear, etc. I haven't paid one yet the whole game. And I'm even sitting on a card that says I get to do it for free. So the good news is it wouldn't have hurt us. So then, yeah, we would have done, 6. I would have picked probably 2 of the guys in the front line just so we don't lose SO points. We're looking at 7A, 18A, and 8S. So this one's worth 3 points. That one's worth 3 points. And then 8S is not even in here. Holy cow. How do I have one that's not even in here? Oh, because it's off to the side. It's the thing that lets me advance a battalion. So one of these would have advanced up. So 8S, it's probably time to take out 8S. Well, that would have been 2. So I would have gotten 5 victory points. What do I need? 33. I need 41. I only need 8 to win. I'm on week 6. I have 3 weeks to get 8 points. Even if I only did 3 points a week, I could do it. And yeah, they can make me lose 2 SO points, but I don't need to spend SO points if I'm only going after 1 target a week. I got enough 3 range units that I could mow them down pretty easily. I just it's not worth playing. That's, I guess, my conclusion. And I apologize if that upsets some of you. Like I said, I'll leave it set up and I'll let you guys, talk me into finishing it. If anything, I'd rather just do another campaign than continue this one. I mean, that's where I'm at. And that's the thing with solitaire games is sometimes, your solitaire game is going so well that you don't want to finish it, or I don't know, you're just not feeling it, so you finish it. You're like, okay, this is a win. And that's how I feel about this one. This one's a win. If I were to continue, I would actually like to get out Sherman Leader because I'm tired of having all these half first edition, half upgrade units. Also, these German units are so dang expensive, like the Panther and stuff like that. With Sherman Leader, you really do have Shermans in your army. We don't even have a Tiger in our army. I know one of you commented that that's the way it's supposed to be. It's thematic. I get that. But why call it Tiger Leader? I'm not leading any Tigers. This is Panzer Leader. This is not Tiger Leader or German Leader or something. A Wehrmacht Leader, or it's not Tiger Leader. I don't have a single Tiger in my army. I couldn't afford one. So if anything, I would rather play Sherman Leader. And it's funny because they gave us all these expansion things for Tiger Leader. I would say that these expansions are weak, very, very weak. Not, what did they give us that was worth some Martyr 3s? I didn't use a single thing, I don't think. We did use a lot of the battalions from the expansion. You can tell because they have the new artwork. And we just annihilated a lot of those new battalions. Some of the new, things are in the cards, right? You can even see, you can tell the browner ones. So let's look at some of those. Permanently replace an HE unit in your command with the experienced version of that unit. Oh, that's awesome. Next battle, add 2 to the attack rolls and treat 1 stress counters as no effect for HE units. Save this card. Discard this to reduce the purchase of the upgrade cost of new armor unit by up to 7 SO points. How amazing is that? Gain 5 SO points. That's one of the new expansion cards. All right, that's worth it. We just didn't draw it. That was an amazing one. Subtract 1 stress from all commanders. Pay 1 SO point to subtract 2 stress from all commanders. That's really good. Do not perform enemy tactical rolls for the first 2 turns of the battle. Keep this card. Discard to place 1 commander tactic on the commander in the future. Yeah, they give us some really nice cards in the expansion. So, do not perform any attack rolls in the first 2 turns. Yeah, so good cards in there. Those were worth it. I'm looking at the special condition cards. During the first battle, add 1 rifle to a random enemy. You stink. After placing enemy units, move each of your units 3 axes. Subtract 2 from enemy tactical rolls and reduce enemy AP units defense to 0. Oh, that's really good. All right, so yeah, like I said, I'm going to wrap this up, and I'm going to think about what I want to do next. I know I have Phantom Leader. Somebody asked me to try that. I was actually thinking of doing one of the sub ones, like Gato Leader, which I don't care for, to be honest. I like U-Boat Leader so much more, but maybe I would try Gato Leader just because I'd maybe give it another shot. The one time I played it, I just didn't enjoy it. Like I said, there's this one card that just destroys your sub for nothing. The event cards are brutal in that game. Anyways, maybe I will do that. I need to feel it out. With winter coming, my multiplayer gaming has increased. Like, for example, I just did a lot of board gaming today. Played Search for Planet X, which is an awesome game, and another game called Rorik, which I had never played before. And then Francis Drake, which is always a great game. And so, yeah, I got a lot of multiplayer gaming coming up, so it might be harder to get some of this time in. But yeah, let me think about it. And like I said, I won't put this away yet. I'll let you guys try to talk me into finishing this, but I don't know if I want to. The ground leader games just aren't my thing. Thunderbolt Apache was pretty good. I enjoyed it. We did 2 campaigns. Yeah, I'm running out of steam on it. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and as always, stay awesome.